Atzlahel. Good morning, everybody. Or is it afternoon now? All right. My name is Willard Bill Jr. I'm enrolled member of the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, and it's my honor to serve as the Inaugural Tribal Liaison to the Chancellor here at Seattle Colleges. We're so excited you all are here. We know we got more people coming in. Traffic was terrible everywhere today. And so, but it's my honor to be here, but I want my co-MC to introduce herself.
Hello. Patricia, Yuchai du Isaac, Chukinsha Ayachet, Ach Ish Hashuk Nachari. My name is Patricia. I am Chukanadi Huna Tlingit on my father's side. As a citizen of the Tlingit and Haida Nations of Southeast Alaska, I am the district navigator for the Division of Access, Community, and Opportunity here at Seattle Colleges, and have had the honor of working with Willard Bill Jr. as well. And my mother's side of the family is Black, Afro-Caribbean, Mohawk, Seneca, Eastern Bend Cherokee mostly. Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. I know it's the middle of the day, and we wanted to make sure that you all had medicines and you all have food. So we want to make sure you get your ticket for your meal. When you're checking out of this event, we're going to have lunch served outside by Off the Res. And so, yeah, just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping before we start everything. But thank you very much. And restrooms are on the side here. If elders need any help with anything, please just wave your hands and we'll try to help and assist you however we can. Thank you.
And we know people can't stay the whole time today. Thank you, Patricia. So lunch service will start at noon. So we know people got to get back to work or get back to school. So they'll start serving. Just make sure you have your ticket when you go out there at noon. You can get your food. All right. So but we want to take a step and welcome you all to our campus. And we're so fortunate that the president of Seattle Central is here with us this morning. All right, Dr. McCaslin.
Good morning. Morning. And thank you, Willard and Patricia. It is my absolute honor to host this event here. Seattle Central College really prides itself on engaging with elevating myriad cultures in this community and celebrating justice work that leads to healing, that leads to restoration. So it is appropriate that we have started or inaugurated this event here. I expect that we might see it again in future years. But it is appropriate that this began here. Just in my estimation, not only are you kind of wearing tiger orange, but I'm sorry, tigers are orange. But it is again truly our honor to host an event that is so special, so spiritual. I'm from New Orleans, so I know what happens when drums beat and spirits raise. And there's a lot of revolution that comes from just the sound of voices and chants. So I appreciate that you all chose to convene here to honor your culture, your communities, and to bring us along in the journey for providing cultural healing and support. I want to specifically thank the 206 Powwow, the Canoe families, the Ancestral Sisterhood, Off the Res, and of course the Department of Access, Community, and Opportunity. If you can give them a hand. Okay, so to the members of ACO, wave your hand so go and see all of the various members. I also want to shout out a couple of my executive colleagues, Associate Vice Chancellor Cedric Howard, you am I standing, Chief Anthony, Vice Chancellor Jennifer Dixon, and also members of my cabinet here at Central, Interim Vice President of Student Services Diane Coleman, and Interim Vice President of Instruction Christopher Sullivan. Thank you all so much.
Let's all give Dr. Kasner a round of applause. We appreciate you, Doctor, being here and having all these executives here. because we know this doesn't happen in a lot of other places, right? You don't have that level of support. And I think it's just significant. And it wasn't a hard push to get them here. So it's significant. We would just want to recognize that. Because part of this work that we're doing, the importance of Orange Shirt Day, we'll get into that work. But just we want our community to be welcome on our campuses, to be seen, to be recognized. A lot of us that grew up in Seattle, these were places that we used to go for powwows and other events and things, for those cultural and community gatherings. It's our vision, it's our mission to bring that back to Seattle colleges. So again, thank you, Dr. Hasner, and for everybody for being here this morning. All right.
And
So,
thank you to Associate Vice Chancellor DeAndre Fisher.
that's right. That's right.
Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, Associate Vice Chancellor DeAndre Fisher.
And he's downstairs working on his day off. He came in, but he was here early setting up tables, and that's that kind of servant leadership that he provides. So, but we want to open up the space in a good way. So I asked my canoe family to come on out. And they got a play going on, so this isn't part of our like campus. I don't. Drew walked in. He's like, "Why is he off?" To steal the show, my granddaughter Rain. And I'm going to ask. I love this point here. To put him on the spot, but I'm going to ask a Seattle Central alumni here to introduce our canoe family and what we're sharing as a group.
Aslachel CIF, Aslachel Siat, Justice Bill Teatsta to all Chut Bucklesheath Opschut to all Chusta, to all Chut Ditiwapsh, to all Chut to all Chut Biats. Good morning. My name is Justice Bill. I'm Matt Knucklehead's oldest son, and I'm also a proud Seattle College's Tiger. Yeah. Thank you, Rain. I got to study here with great professors. They encouraged me to transfer to UC Berkeley, so I did that. I got one more class, and then I'll get my bachelor's from there. But this is our canoe family. It's our first year traveling as a family canoe, and we chose the name Black River Canoe Family to honor one of the common ancestors between two of our families, our Bill family and our Sam family, that have traveled together for many years. And we both descend from that Black River, which historically connected the White River and the Cedar River and Lake Washington. It was an important highway between the salt water and those lakes, not just for our ancestors at Muckleshoot, but for those ancestors at Suquamish and Tulalip too, who spent time with us during the summers. We're going to open today off in a good way. I had to rush up here from work at the Tribal College. We had to do a little Orange Shirt Day thing this morning too. But I just wanted to stand up. My uncle Anton too, he helped us bring these songs out. We're going to start off with our escort song, our entrance song that was composed by my Auntie Sarah. I just want to thank you for always being there with us and helping us on this journey.
to thank Anton Westshore for coming and standing with us too and singing and always expressing themselves that way. What's up, Janelle? We're glad you made it. I think it took longer for some people in Seattle to get here than it did. Anton was the first one here from Lovey. I was like, oh, it was rough today. But, part of today is that healing we want to bring to people, right? And these shirts, that every child matters. We know today, in fact, that they have searched 11 of the residential and boarding schools, 10 in Canada and 1 in the U.S., with that forensic searching. They have found over 10,000 of our elders there. That's in 11 schools, right? Some of you may have seen that saying, there should never be a graveyard at a school site. So even though that active cultural genocide that was going on in those places, the physical genocide was still going on. The systematic torture and rape of our people and those fetal graveyards that exist there. And it's hard to say those things, but it's important that we do. It's important that we actively engage in our history. And I'm so happy that so many of you came out today, because today that unity is more important than ever. We know what the current state of affairs in our country, that we stand together is more importantly today than ever. And those personal stories, some of those that you're going to hear today. My own grandmother was a Bakashutitsit speaker only. She did not speak English when she was forcibly sent to boarding school. And they starved that out of her. So that's an active cultural genocide. So you saw in one generation the effective erasure of some of our languages from being spoken publicly. Because neither my paternal grandfather ever spoke that language again to my father or to my aunties. We're fortunate now, though, that the next generation from myself is now bringing that back. My niece is a language teacher. And her daughter is growing up with it in the home. And now I have my new nephew. So we're switching that, we're flipping that switch, right? But it was highly effective, what they did in those schools. No sense of love, no sense of appropriate relationship. The destruction of our ancestral ways of being, food, and culture. I just want to put that on the floor here today, because what we do here is ceremony, no matter where we do it and how we get together. And so again, I just want to thank you all. What do we offer next? Yeah, this next song is called Gathering.
Oh
Thank you guys for West Shore and Black River for standing together. Open this up with a round of applause. At this time, we want to ask UADA to come forward. I don't want to single anybody out if you're coming as a group or as singular. And then Matt and Waste, you're going to be up next, so you're on deck.
Yat a video. Pretty sure it's still morning, but good morning, my relatives. She a hope fat and she Kenya ani mishne tachi bashishin kintlachi ni dashiche but I ni dashinava. Hello everybody. My name is Hope and I am Danette and I come from the Four Corners area of the Navajo Reservation. I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. What a beautiful way of starting this event. First, I want to start off with saying thank you for everybody attending. It's so nice to see representation and everybody here. Sorry. UNEA would like to express our gratitude to all of you for hosting this very special Orange Shirt Day Remembrance gathering. For many of us, Orange Shirt Day, September 30th, marks the recognition, acknowledgement of a time in recent history where our relatives and ancestors survived a large-scale effort to assimilate and exterminate Native children. The impact of boarding schools continues to impact our children and families and community. Much of our work at UDA is to restore our well-being, healing through culture, traditions, and reconnecting with our ways of life, both individually, collectively, and together. We stand strong as an intertribal urban Native community. Our students at UNEA have a passion for social justice, truth learning, and commitment to advocating for boarding school education across Washington State public schools. UNEA interns have successfully advocated at Edmonds District, Shoreline District, and Mount Lake Terrace City Council. We hope every public school in Washington State adopts boarding school education in all classrooms in all schools. UNEA interns continue to advocate for Orange Shirt Day recognition as a long-standing commitment to honoring our ancestors, boarding school survivors, and descendants impacted by the experiences of most horrendous abuses and assimilation practices intended to kill the Indian and save the man. We are all here today as living proof of the collective resilience of our tribal nations and our tribal citizens. We continue to thrive as we strive to empower each upcoming generation with cultural practices, indigenous teachings, and knowledge. UNEA wants to thank you all for supporting our efforts to educate and grow our grassroots movement to heal from intergenerational through connection, ceremony, and service. Orange Shirt Day Remembrance is a powerful symbol for honoring our ancestors and the survivors of boarding schools. We are grateful for the opportunity to join together today in solidarity for truth, reconciliation, and healing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. UNA is one of our strong partners, basing a lot of their work out on our North Seattle campus. So we're so glad that you're here. Thank you for coming and the important work that you're doing around the community.
And also, they're having a very important event this weekend on Saturday, October 4th. There's going to be a Seattle School Board Candidate Forum that UNEA is help hosting with Native Action Network and Center for Native American Youth. That will be from noon to 2:30 at the North Seattle College Auditorium. And for more information, you can check out the UNEA. You can check in with Kayla over here with their hand up as well. Thank you.
All right, Brother Matt, you guys ready? All right.
Midakyapi, Aleda Igosa the Machiapi, Yushgawa Chiakapi. Good to see you all. So glad that you're here on this day of truth and reconciliation. I'm not sure if you know the history of Orange Shirt Day. It was started by one of our elders who is still alive today in Canada, and her name is Phyllis Webstad. And Orange Shirt is representative of what she got taken to residential schools in Canada, and we have boarding schools here in the U.S., and she got taken by the government, and all of her belongings were stripped. And when she recalls the story, she talked about how she was so proud to wear her orange shirt that her grandma had gifted her. And so, just seeing all the babies with orange shirts and thinking of how powerful it is that we have partners here that are able to share in understanding what truth and reconciliation in Canada is and what that could look like for the United States. And this is a step in the right direction. So appreciate the Seattle Central for posting this. And just a special thanks to Owashte, all these amazing singers here. We have a space with Ancestral Sisterhood in Soto where we practice on Tuesdays. And a lot of knowledge that has been carried and passed on is being shared by these teachers who carry this knowledge in their everyday. And so Mark, Matt, Red Rock, I've seen Ian and Terrence jumped up here. They're amazing teachers in our life ways, in song and traditional knowledge. And so again, thank you all for being here and appreciate you representing and just encourage you to, again, learn about what truth and reconciliation looks like, the Commission for Truth and Reconciliation, the different governments and the ways that they have apologized to the people in Canada, and learn about what that could look like for the United States, and that we're all in solidarity and we're all relatives together.
Shante waste anape choose apelo la koye wakian wanatana machi apelo wachichu ya na brimley machi apelo. Good afternoon, everybody. Just wanted to before we hop off, recognize one of our elders sitting right down here, and Lala Matthew Warp on it. We have a lot of respect and gratitude for you, for the stories that you've shared, going out there and sharing that painful history with the world, that a lot of our parents and grandparents were there alongside you, and a lot of them aren't willing to share those stories. My own family, they really will talk about the experiences that they went through. So just want to give you gratitude. We see you down there. We saw you jamming out to that AIM song. So we woke you up on that. We're done.
We have one more round of applause for Lost Day.
I want to thank NAP to help and organize these. I know a lot of our people in here are headed to Toledo after this to support their event. So we just want to honor that and being in place. And so it is our honor to have Mr. Warbonnet here today and to invite him to, as one of our survivors, to speak to our audience today. And I don't know if, where's he? Do you want us to bring the mic to you, sir? Well, you don't have to come up. The rig is there. While we're doing that, can we give a round of applause to our DJ today, Drew Hobson, DJ Doughboy? All right. Drew's one of our local peeps here, is always supporting our work, so we're just honored he's here with us today and spend some time. Thank you, sir.
My name is Matthew Warbonnet. I am the son of Matthew Warbonnet and Julian Swally. We are Shoshonesco people located in the government agency, South Dakota, called Rosebud. My grandpa's name is Joseph Warbonnet. He was married to a woman by the name of Yellow Hair. great-grandfather's name was Folding Throat. He was married to a woman named Pretty Bird, and all located under government agency in South Dakota called the Rosebud. We are the Shishangu people, a band and tribe of the Lakota Nation. My father and my mother both went to the St. Francis Indian Mission in South Dakota when they were little. In all the years I've known them, they've never talked about that. There were 10 of us children from that relationships. That we all went to that St. Francis Mission. I was born in 1946. I went to that school in 1952. I was 6 years old. There I stayed for 10 months out of the year for the 8 years I was in that school. We were taught English, Latin, Spanish, geography, history, and math, and those things. We went to church every morning, 6 o'clock. After church, we went to have breakfast and then back to the school. The girls stayed on the girls' side and the boys on the boys' side. In the years I was there were probably 800 children, boys and girls, that went to that school every year. My sisters went to the girls' side. I and my 3 older brothers were on the boys' side. I want to thank the singers for the songs that they gave. What I saw in those songs were the spirits of the children. Because I went to school with. In 1868, the St. Francis Indian Mission started on the Rosebud Agency, and each year children went there. I went there in 1952. All these children before me. In that time, I learned the razor strap. I learned the Jesus rope. I learned the horse harness. I learned the willow stick. I learned the cattle prod. My first experience was that first night I was there at 6 years old, where all the boys, little boys, stayed in the dormitories first 4 grades. Then the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in another dorm, and then the high schools in another. But the little boys that night were crying out of loneliness. One of the fathers came out of there's no room with a strap and started beating kids. But we learned kind of hold things in. There was a lot of that. I still got a scar on my head here. The morning when the priest knocked me down and hit onto the cement, and I bled. Many of us kids were handled that way. So we used to go off the hills or the big place, and we would talk and visit each other. But in the school, you couldn't talk and visit those ways. So you learned your Latin, you learned your Spanish, you learned your English. My dad, when he ran away from that school one time when he was small, maybe 2nd grade, he froze his clothes off and the end of it, that's what killed him. His toe broke and gangrene set in, and he passed on. When I think about what we are doing here today, I want to thank everybody for opening up their hearts to seek the knowledge, but more important, to know that the spirit of those children live in the children that you saw today on this stage, that you see every day at the powwows. Grandma's dancing with the little ones. Mom and Dad's dancing with the little ones. Those are the spirits I saw dancing today. And I thank you for being here to witness this. And I thank all those that had a lot to do with putting this together. I'm going to tell you something what happened when I called here one day, yesterday, about how to get here. That I'm not familiar with the Seattle area. I called this theater. I called the school, but nobody answers. Always send me someplace else, you see. So I left a message in this theater. If you could give me a call back, and I want you to know I was treated with respect and dignity. That person called me back and gave me a respect and dignity, not for me, but the respect and dignity he had about what they're doing here today. And I appreciate that, and I thought I'd bring that up. So I want to thank you. Again, my older sister, Beverly, no longer with us. My other sister, no longer with us. My other sister, Ruth, no longer with us. My brother Joe, no longer with us. My brother Jim, no longer with us. My younger sister, Janet and Judy, they're the boss of me. So when I was asked one time to testify to Congress about the bill and of the bodies of legislation, I called my sisters, and they said it was okay for me to do that. And so I testified. And when I had my picture taken with President Biden, I also asked my sisters about that. And they said only one condition that I asked the President to say, that I say to him, it is his honor that he has been having his picture taken with somebody as handsome as me.
But one more time, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Warbonnet. I got real nervous when he started talking about nobody called him. Nobody else. You feel Dr. Ricasner looking around the corner at me. Oh man, I'm already in trouble. Just started. Whew. All right, good save. We honor that work and stand up, Mr. Warbonnet. This is that living history that's so important because this is our ancestral way of how we pass down knowledge. So we want to acknowledge that work being done here today. My brother Dakota makes his way down here from the Water Protectors. Going to share a few words here, and then we'll have in our sisters from ancestral sisterhood coming down to share with us some teachings as well. And we know people are coming in and out, getting their food and so forth, so you're welcome to do that. Off the res is serving. Make sure you get your ticket downstairs. Everybody got a t-shirt? You're all being taken care of? Okay, we want to make sure we take care of you today.
Those of you who added your email, signed in, make sure you sign in. That's how we're able to supply you all, feed you all with food. And I'll also make sure to follow up and share the link of this live stream that's going to be coming out here on the SCCTV if you want to be able to check this video out later. Thank you.
Tual Galapu, Galapu Deisha, Dakota Case Tista, Tualcha Lakota, Tualcha Spuala, Tualcha Hotep Shiga. To all my honorable relatives, friends, and family, my name is Dakota Case. I come from the, I'm a descendant of the Lakota people. I come from the Puyallup people, and I come from the Water Warriors. I'd like to start this up and say some prayers for our ancestors that suffered at the hands of this brutal colonialization that we heard our elder over here speak for. So grateful to watch him jam out to that warrior song, to that AIM song. I'm a youth at-risk outreach specialist. I work with the youth on the east side of Tacoma, specifically indigenous youth impacted by gun violence. I ran a at-risk youth program out of in Ketawa about 2 years ago. We had some success with bringing our youth back to the culture. We use the culture as a guidance of how to deal with that fierceness inside their chest. You see, our people come from warrior lineages and come from defending their territories, and that breeds a perfect person out in the streets. That you put that inside of a gang, and it creates a perfect scene. So what we do is we use the culture as a guide back to who we are. We gather stones for the brothers and sisters inside of Washington State, our Washington State prison facilities, and so on and so forth. And it comes from the impacts of boarding schools. It's all impacts of boarding schools. You see, I come from a long lineage of people that went to boarding schools as well. My grandfather left during World War II to fight in Japan during World War II. But it come to a day and age where we're banning our youth from gun violence on a daily basis. My heart's always with our boarding school survivors and residential survivors. But what's right in front of us right now is that we're dealing with the impacts of assimilation, colonialization, and our youth are hurting out the streets. I apologize. I'm everywhere right now. I was just sitting back listening to that elder. Some of my thoughts are in there, but I wanted to step up and just give you a guide to youth at risk work out there and bring it back to your reservation. Use your culture as a guide back to the people, and open your arms to the youth in the streets. I live out here in the streets. I grew up in the streets. And one thing I always dealt with amongst the people is being shunned from the people because I was too crazy. I was in and out of prison. I was in and out of youth facilities. I was in and out of CPS. I was in and out of foster care. Foster care couldn't deal with me, so they sent me to a behavioral modification school for 2 years. And I didn't realize that the behavioral modification school that they sent me to for 2 years from 10 to 12 was set up exactly like a prison system. I didn't realize that until I went to prison. They had minimum security, medium security, and then maximum security. And the maximum security facility for a 12-year-old was being left in a motel room and only let out for an hour a day. And this is how our youth at risk are dealt with in the streets. So our prayers are with the youth. I see everybody wearing the Every Child Matters, and our youth are hurt in the streets. Our youth are facing fentanyl crisis. Our youth are facing gun violence. Our youth are facing so many trials and tribulations that lead them straight to prison or death. I've been to more funerals for our people in these last three or 4 years, and all of them have been either fentanyl related or gun violence related. There's no buffer anymore. So my prayers are for our youth in the streets. My prayers are for our ancestors. My prayers are for our survivors that are still here, like this elder that was right here in front of us that was speaking a little bit ago. It's so crazy that we're in 2025 and there's so many elders that aren't even willing to talk about what happened to them in these boarding schools. They keep that inside of them, and I'm grateful that this brother has come to an area in his life where he's able to accept that and deal with that and express so openly of what he faced inside of these residential schools and boarding schools. So with that being said, I'd just like to offer one song up and please direct you to our page. We've got the Water Warriors official page. We have a youth at risk canoe build that we've been working on for the last year and a half or so. We're almost at the end of it. We'd like to direct you to our page and check out our work and give us a follow on Instagram. It's Water Warriors official page. Well, with that being said, I'd like to ask my brother Will to come up and sing a song with me.
Thank you, Dakota. Appreciate you being out here today. Dakota's also working with us on our Seattle Indigenous Peoples Day event, as are many others here in the audience. So it's good to have you here, brother. We want to invite the ancestral sister that, I have a 12 times saying that today, to come forward today. I know they have some gifts to share on this.
Since we're at it, we'll just also share that, remember, October 13th is Indigenous Peoples Day. There are many things going on that day. We're going to have a march that day. We're going to start gathering at 11. Or we're going to start marching out at 11. It's going to start at 10 a.m. We're going to march out at 11. And then there's going to be a couple different events, including at Washington Hall. We're going to have a gathering, as well as there will be another gathering at David Starr Cultural Center as well, too.
Thank you, Patty. Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Xochitl Salinas Huayca. I am Mexica Tenochca, Otonian Tarasco. I am from the communities of Iztacalco and Tlacopan in what is known today as Mexico City. And I'll introduce my sister, my co-creator, co-director of this ancestral sisterhood. My name is Elena Eagleshield. I am from the Standing Arp Nation. I'm also from 3 affiliated tribes, and just very happy to be in the work with Ancestral Sisterhood and with my sister Ixtri. First of all, we would like to thank everyone at Seattle Colleges, Will, Patty, Drew, everyone that in one way or another has put their prayers and medicine into creating this space. I would like to share a little bit of the work that Ancestral Sisterhood does and why we do it. You know, myself coming from one of the largest, most populated cities in the world, Mexico City, it is my people's ancestral homeland. And we have been able to maintain our way of life, our prayer ceremonies, regardless of what was brought upon us. In all the travels in my life, coming here to Seattle, it has a very unique dynamic where the Native community that has gathered, whether it is through relocation, displacement, all the different colonial reasons that has brought us here, we have been able to build a family. You know, and so for me, that is one of the main reasons why I'm here in Seattle. There are other reasons as well. However, I have lost 3 of my Apache siblings to suicide. None of them made it to 24. The youngest one was 13. When we speak of residential schools, when we speak of boarding schools, there are modern ways that they are targeting and taking our children, which is through the foster care system and through incarceration. The youngest one, Tia Montoya, she passed when she was 13, and she felt that her only escape out of a Mormon home where she was placed, when she wouldn't let her come home to any of us, was her only way to escape that. Where I come from, in my homeland, in Mexico City, is one of the oldest residential schools. It is 500 years old. And that is how they were able to detribalize a lot of our communities. The knowledge, the culture, the ancestors are still there, but they were able to detribalize so many people. And so the work that happens now with Ancestral Sisterhood is creating those forms of traditional healing through community. Sister, you want to? And I think it's so important that we feel connected and we feel like we have family and safe community. We moved here in 2019, and I started a PhD program, graduated in 2024. But what kept us... But what kept us rooted and grounded was having community and having families that uplifted, not only, you know, coming to events and being a part of things, but actually walk their talk. And so I see Our brother Chicha Shima, always uplifting elders and knowledge keepers, always uplifting, with Patty, and I just met Patty, calling her Patty, but uplifting, people in community. The reason I'm so appreciative of my sister Ixley, knowing her ever since we first moved here, was that you really get to see people walk their talk, and you get to experience what healing can and should be and should look like. And so that's why ancestral sisterhood is so important to me. We're able to just let our kids be our kids, help each other through parenting, through relationships, through community things. As I'm learning here, and I've had to learn of my sister Ixley, is I come from a very Lakota-centric community where I grew up on the Staniarok Nation. And coming here, I'm so fortunate to learn from, our Coast Salish relatives, all the different tribes here that allow us to bear witness to their beauty and their culture. And then also understanding what we can and can't take, as what we can and can't sing or learn or dance. And it's just been beautiful to learn how to be a relative in this space. And so, yeah, I love.
Yes, and that is the importance of the protocols, right? Like the protocols, the different teachings, the different stories, the history itself, right? I would like to also invite you all that as you live here today, to really be mindful of how you're holding your spirit today. To pray with your water, right, at the end of your day. To smudge, to call your spirit back. As we go through our day, we're taking care of all the different things we need to do, work, errands, traffic, even visiting with each other, right? Our essence gets shifted, gets moved. In order for us to let our spirit do what it needs to do when our body is resting before we go to sleep, we need to call our spirit back. So I want to share that reminder to call your spirit back, however that might be, whether it's with your smudge, whether it's praying with water, whether it's just talking to your spirit and being gentle in that manner. So these days are going to be heavy for a lot of our relatives, for a lot of us, because we're going to carry it in different ways. Each and every one of us has been impacted by residential schools in different manners. And just the fact that we are such a tight community, we feel the pain of each other. So I ask you to just be gentle with yourself. We brought some sweetgrass that was grown on the property. My partner and I, we live down in Skokomish, and we grow our own medicine. So we brought some of that sweetgrass. We brought some of that cedar to share out with everyone. So as we finish up today, we'll be sharing out some of the sweetgrass and cedar, and use that to smudge, use that to pray with. People pray in different ways. You can steam that cedar, right? And breathe it in, right? You can use it with water, brush yourself off, right? You can burn it with that fire and smudge yourself up, smudge your home. So we want to share those reminders. Also make that invitation, if you need any kind of support from us. Like, we're a community, we recently opened up our new space in Soto, where we gather, we share songs, we share meals together, we share traditional knowledge, we share art, we share dance. We want to make an invitation to all our Native community to be a part of that community. You have a home with us. Thank you very much. I will pass that microphone back over to Patty. And thank you, Patty and Will, for such a beautiful and intentful gathering.
Thank you, everyone.
So we're gonna, at this time, we have some of our feats from UNEA are going to come up. They have a song that they were gifted. They want to share it out at this time. Let's give another round of applause to our ancestral sisterhood, our important work that they put in. And thank you for that, for reminding us about us taking care of ourselves and that medicine. And I also want to share, those ancestrally There's drinks that are downstairs in the lobby too, to make sure to take that with you. It's that medicine we want to put it. That's part of why we do all. So let's see.
We're also going to have a smudge bowl, outside available after the event if anybody wants to smudge themselves with some sage as well.
Namaskar, Okohoisko. My name is Emilia Andres. I'm Sayaga Mohawk. I come from New York and First Nations Canada. And Buju, Andi, Mikinak, Waju, Anishinaabe, Nikoi, Dago, Nakota, Nduchi, Wabi, Rakwa, Kayla, and Nishnakas. Hi, I'm Kayla Harstad. I'm Turama and Chippewa. I come from the Peltier family in Belcourt, North Dakota. Yeah, so happy to be here with you all and in the presence with our lovely elder Matthew Warmonnet. So, you want to introduce? This is the War Party song. This was taught to us by Matthew Warmonnet. It is about a boy who rode crying a song to the next village to help.
Thank you. I want to stand them up the important work they've done. I know we've been together on the weekends too lately as we've been helping support cultural work and those powwows for our incarcerated relatives. It's my pleasure now to invite 206 up to the stage. These two young men, I got to call them young because they're younger than me. Some staples of our Seattle urban Indian community though. Back in the days of Indian Heritage High School, Bob Eagle staff. And so I've known these young men a long time, and so just honored to have him down here and have them share with us today. See him.
Oh, thank you for having us. My name is Terrence. I'm with Chancellor. This is my brother Ian. He's Anishinaabe. We've been part of the Seattle area for a long, long time, and part of Indian Heritage. And just wanted to offer up some song. This is a Queen and the Gummin, also known as a sidestep, and it's thinking about our ancestors, our people, and offering up some healing. And this comes from our Anishinaabe relatives as well. So just wanted to share that little bit. And thank you, everyone who had a helping hand in this. And aho.
All right. Thank you, 206. We appreciate you so much for being here. And Brother Vanya, come on down. And today, is a real short program, so you're just getting a sample. And we know 206 will be back with us in December. We're going to have our first ever Seattle Colleges, well, not first ever, bringing it back, our Christmas powwow, our holiday powwow in December. So be looking out for that. Right. It's my pleasure to introduce my brother Alani X, the Black Panther Party from Washington. And him and Dakota and I and others in this room stood together in a lot of different actions. So we're happy the brothers here today to spend some time with us.
Pardon, I'm a bit stage shy sometimes. Grand Rising brothers, sisters, comrades, and relatives. I'm General Ovenal X. I am a third generation Black Panther, and I am a Wilcox ethnic displaced indigenous person that identifies with Turtle Island, who, because of my great grandfather's decision to conceal our heritage for survival, lost our culture, language, tribal ties, and now my family is without a true sense of identity or home. But the Salish lanes have always felt like home to me. If you'll allow me a moment to be a little bit off topic, we honor the memory of Assata Shakur, a lifelong revolutionary and leader of the Black Panther Party and Black Liberation Army, who bravely escaped the imperialist system that sought to cage her. She lived her final decades in freedom and in exile, ensuring her powerful message of struggle and liberation would continue to inspire generations worldwide. If you wouldn't mind a moment of silence for all. Uhuru in Swahili means freedom. Now, before we dive into the core of the message, I want to express our deepest gratitude. I stand here informed by my combined ethnic roots to speak on behalf of the Black Panther Party. We give our most heartfelt thanks to the American Indian Movement, our host today, for providing this vital space. We also recognize and honor the Water Warriors. Thank you for your powerful movement and for your generosity, and welcome us to share and learn in your events as well. When we say every child matters, it's not just a slogan. We're talking about a truth carved in our bloodlines. Black children stolen on slave ships, Native children stolen by boarding schools, different chains, same oppressive system. The terrorist imperial colonial regime, they've always tried to break us by breaking our babies. They stole indigenous children for boarding schools. They stole Black children for slave fields. They rip indigenous and Black children from their mothers through the foster care system. They shot down indigenous, they shot down indigenous children at Wounded Knee. They shot down Black children like Tamir Rice. They buried indigenous kids at unmarked graves and hung Black kids from southern trees. They poisoned indigenous water with pipelines. They poisoned Black water in Flint. Cotton fields, cages, or in cultural assimilation death camps. Different methods, same system, same terror, same circle of resistance. May I tell you something we know that they don't? They failed. We are still here. Our children are still here, breathing, learning, living, fighting. The Black Panther Party and American Indian Movement have been side by side since day one. Same struggle, same enemy, same circle of resistance, and same oppressors. We feed our kids when the state starves them. They defend their land when the state tries to erase them. This is not coincidence. This is solidarity carved in blood. So when we roar, every child matters, we're demanding the end of these pipelines of destruction. No more indigenous or Black children ripped from their homes by foster care. No more indigenous or Black youth swallowed by the prison machine. No more classrooms designed to educate, misname, or mislead. Our children have never been statistics. They are not victims. They are the proof that genocide failed, and they are the fire that keeps our revolution alive. We stand tall because this fight is not a charity. It is our mutual interwoven survival. Every child matters, and we will fight with the fury of our ancestors to protect them from our imperial, colonial, terrorist oppressors. One struggle, one fight, until every chain is broken, every child is safe, and our liberation is won. Every child matters. All power to the people, by any means necessary.
Thank you, brother. You're fired up here today, all right? The blood going. All right. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming up. I want to special shout out to my ACO peeps that are here, that are doing all the busy work. We appreciate you all supporting us. We got a special treat for you here today, though, as we close out this work. And my brother Anton and my Shore Canoe family are going to come share some of their medicine with us right now. A lot of them live up in the Lummi Nation area, and we've traveled in that ocean-going canoe society, our Coast Salish culture, for a long time together. And this brother always has been there. Whenever I call him, it's no problem. What time? And we call that Siab way of being, that high class. It's a bad translation from our language, but that way of being, then that way of Siab culture and sharing, brother.
Just want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for still being here. Listening to some of the speakers before me, I can't help to think about my parents. While my mother was in Tulalip, my father was taken down to Chamawa boarding school, taken from their parents. And, my father, he knew the language, but he never spoke it. Throughout our whole lives, he never told us that he loved us until just a few years before he passed. All of this that we heard today, I grew up not really understanding why my father was so strict, why he was the way he was. And today, I give thanks for the way he raised us. They raised us as best they could. Through all of that trauma, through all of that time of being almost stripped of our culture, our language, of our songs, our traditions, our ceremonies. And it's all through the government. It's all through the, I don't want to say it like this, but it's true. It's through the religions. I pray every day. I pray every morning. I pray during the day. I pray at night. But I'm not a Bible praying person. I've was raised to put culture first because of all of this. I was handed a hand drum at a young age in my grandfather's longhouse. And my grandfather said, "It's time for you to learn how to take care of your people." And growing up to the powwow circuit, that saying goes, you take care of your drum, it'll take you places. You take care of those songs, the right people are going to hear those songs where they need to be heard. These songs, no matter what language, where they come from, they carry power. They carry healing. And I thank all the ones I got up here to sing. Because that in itself it's a gift. And we're told that our songs carry a language of its own. They say that's the doorknob to Chels, to the great creator, to the great spirit, to God, however you address them. because this is, this is how we heal. It's by standing up here and being who we're intended to be as Indigenous peoples. I grew up in a time where it wasn't cool to be Native. I grew up in a very racial school, Ferndale School District. It was really racial, even through my time. And, I spent a lot of time in the office suspended for fighting, for having long hair, for being Native. And my battle was the bolt decision. That happened when I was going to school in Ferndale. And that was the fishing wars. And racism was at a high during that time. And I pray for our people today because it's on the rise again with this new administration. And it's scary times, people getting assassinated. That's scary. And, I just pray that, the place that you guys call home, the ones that surround you day in and day out, that you're watched over, and this work that you guys do every day by, your voice, your words, your songs, your drums will continue to be heard. And thanking Will and all the ones that got this day together for us to be able to come together and share our songs and to be able to practice who we are, to be able to live like we need to. And it don't matter where we're from, we're brothers, we're sisters. We have the same goal, and that's to be heard, to wear these shirts. Because, in a sense, I'm a survivor because of my parents, what they went through. And I'm grateful today. So just thanking you all, and we'll share this song. It's called Stripped Away. It's a song that I composed for Every Child Matters, for Orange Shirt Day. It was a song that came just shortly after those children were found up in Kamloops. So I believe, that the Spirit moved that way. The Spirit moved to have this song be heard. And I thank each and every one of you once again. Haj Kasiyam.
Oh
again, we just want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. Thanking Will Bill for inviting us down. We do our best to try to answer all the calls. When we're called to be here and there, because growing up and learning about the songs and carrying a drum. I was told that we're not for ourselves no more. We're for the people. And we do our best to, bring that medicine whenever and wherever we can. So just thanking each and every one of you. Once again, let's get started.
All right, let's give another round of applause for Rashar. Also, it's good to have another round for Brother Drew over here, DJ Doughboy. And again, on behalf of the ACO, Seattle Central, and Seattle Colleges, we thank you all for being here today. Did everybody get to eat? All right, if you haven't, fussle out, take your ticket, get some off the res. Make sure you stop and get some medicine on the way out. Safe travels, and we'll see you all soon. We'll see you.
Thank you very much. And also remember to take care. Take care of yourselves tonight.